Is the new Corvette Z06 really the bargain supercar everyone claims it is? Or is it actually just an incredibly overpriced and overhyped American supercar? Let's find out. The new mid-engine Z06 is one of the most anticipated and hyped up cars of the past year. It has hyper-aggressive styling on the exterior and very impressive stats on paper. Everyone loves this thing, so I'm just gonna come out and say it. I don't like it.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I know it's an insane thing to say, but the relationship I have with this car is something I would equate to the likes of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. I don't like it at all. I think it's good, but just not as good as all these so-called journalists are painting it out to be. So let's go over why I'm fairly confident that in the coming years, it's going to become nothing more than just an overpriced American supercar. The first thing, and arguably the thing that is most frustrating, at least to me, about the new Z06 is the way it's being covered by automotive journalists. I think the endless praise this is getting from people is not warranted or justified. Every car has at least something wrong with it, but if you even begin to mention that this may have some issues to any journalist, you'd probably get a reaction similar to that of if you grabbed a dog by its genitals. Journalists calling this an affordable supercar, the $100,000 supercar, that it's an all-time legend, none of that is true. An all-time legend is a Ford GT40, a Porsche 911, or a BMW M3. Not an overpriced American supercar. You're not gonna find one of these for $100,000. Stop sucking this car off as if an American car manufacturer's never heard of what a flat plane crank is. Did you know that the first flat plane crank V8 was actually made by an American car company? Take a guess, because I guarantee you're not gonna get it. It's Cadillac. Cadillac came out with the flat plane crank V8 in 1923. It wasn't even some random European supercar company. It was Cadillac. Ferrari, Lotus, and even Ford were getting in on the action of flat plane cranks long before Chevy even considered it. My point is that it's not a $100,000 supercar. This is a $200,000 supercar at minimum, which is on par with its competition. And with a lacking interior and other features that this car lacks compared to its European competition, I don't think it's really that good. Like I just said, the interior leaves a lot to be desired. It has the exact same interior as the base model C8 Stingray. It's not up to par with its competitors in terms of amenities and build quality. At $105,000, you don't even get heated seats, let alone heated and ventilated. Now, a lot of supercars don't come with heated or ventilated seats for track reasons. That's totally fine. And it would be okay if that was the case on this Corvette. However, you can add them on, but you have to pay around $10,000 extra to get up to the LT2 trim level. I don't know of any other car in this price range that is not only charging for heated or ventilated seats, but charging you that much extra to get something like that. It should be standard in a car like this. Now I know what you're saying. How could pricing be an issue on a car like this? It's a supercar that starts at $100,000. Well, let's break it down. The new Z06 has a base price starting at about $105,000. While that does honestly sound like quite the bargain, let's be honest. No one's buying a bare bones base model Z06. I think it's super important to remember that to buy a car like the ones that you're seeing your favorite reviewers and journalists review, you're going to be forking over on sticker at least $150 to $170. And that's if you can find the one dealership in the entire country, matter of fact, the entire continent, that doesn't have any markups or other stupid fees associated with the buying process. Good luck buying any new Z06 for under $200,000. For $200,000, you can buy any number of used supercars like a Huracan, even a 720S, and more, and all those cars are going to be able to assassinate the Z06 around a track quicker than the CIA off JFK. Not to mention the fact that most people who are in the market for a $200,000 supercar really don't care about performance, if we're being honest with ourselves. Let me paint a picture. The type of people that are going to buy a car like this are the type of people that are 60-something and recently retired dentists who also just so happen to be recently divorced because they got caught sticking it in the babysitter. So the wife left them, and now they're looking for a car that's going to get them enough attention to fill the dark, empty void in their chest that they've had since a child because their parents never loved them. I'm going to try and stay calm and calm myself down, but it's going to be very hard after this next section. You can buy various accessories from the dealership that are labeled as genuine Corvette accessories. These things are horrendously overpriced. An example, crap graphics on the side of the car for hundreds of dollars. Now, I know Ford has the same thing for the Raptors, and I don't know why car companies insist on making crap graphics that look like the guy that was designing them was having a seizure while tripping off acid. Anyways, you can also get lug nuts for $250, and my favorite one of all is an indoor car cover for $1,200. For $1,200, that car cover better be made out of the Queen's used Depends. I can't even use it inside. What's the point? All that is to say, in my opinion, Chevy charging that much money for small accessories like lug nuts, car covers, and whatnot reminds me a lot of Porsche charging like $1 million to change the cover of your rearview mirrors. They're trying to build status with this car, which in my opinion is the exact opposite of what they should be doing with the Corvette. This is meant to be an affordable supercar, and every marketing decision and every pricing decision they're doing is making it the exact opposite. People are hailing this Corvette with the new flat plane crank as some sort of exciting car. Like just imagine, picture it, if a vehicle manufacturer, an American one nonetheless, had the thought and the balls of putting a flat plane crank in a sports car with years of heritage.
Mate, shut the fuck up and get away from me. You're it. Remember that Jesus shit you brought up? Yeah. It's such a stupid question, man. What?
The largest reason why I'm shouting about this, like some mid-20s climate activist screams about how bad it is to eat beef, is because in almost every measurable metric, the Shelby GT350 is a better car. I'm biased, I'm not gonna lie. The Shelby GT350 is one of my all-time dream cars, but it is so much cheaper. You definitely get more bang for your buck. You can get the GT350 with a manual. The exhaust sounds like God himself blessed it with his seed. It looks like it belongs on the front of an issue of Playboy magazine, and unlike the Z06, the Shelby is actually an affordable supercar killer. To put it into perspective, you pay roughly 84% more for the Z06 than the base C8 Stingray. All you're getting from the base Stingray compared to the Z06 is an engine swap and a slightly modified transmission for 84% more, roughly $50,000. Whereas when the GT350 was on sale, you paid about 45% more than the base Mustang. Not to mention, the GT350, like I previously said, is an actual budget supercar killer, unlike the Z06, which is just an overpriced American supercar. All of this is to say, I do like the new Z06. I know I just listed off reasons why I don't like it. I just don't think the car deserves the praise it's been receiving. I mean, obviously it deserves some, as an American supercar is pretty rare, especially one with a flat plane crank. I think it's kind of like the Christopher Columbus of cars. We're introducing our stuff to like the European market and showing them what we can really do, minus all the pillaging and murdering parts. We should applaud it, obviously, but to blindly worship this thing like everyone else is and all the automotive media outlets and journalists and YouTube reviewers are, I think it's way too much. Overall score for the new Z06, I'd say it's like a solid 6.5 out of 10. It's good, but it's lacking heavily in certain aspects that have to be addressed by General Motors if they really want to make a budget supercar and make this thing last. Hope you enjoyed that video. Remember to like and subscribe if you feel like it. I mean, if not, that's totally okay too. I can't tell you what to do. Stay safe, drive safe. Until next time, I'll see you later. Peace.